Good evening, happy Africa Day, and welcome to Sunset News this Thursday evening. As always, we bring you community stories, economics, weather, and sports. I am Glenn Rashipura. In the news tonight, Health and Social Services Minister Kalumbi Shangula delivered a powerful statement on behalf of Namibia at the 76th World Health Assembly, calling for urgent global action to address the challenges hindering the improvement of women's, children's, and adolescents' health worldwide. In the statement, Health Minister Kalumbi Shangula highlighted that numerous factors, including the COVID-19 pandemic, climate change, and conflicts in certain regions, have further compounded the existing barriers to accessing essential sexual, reproductive, maternal, and child health services. Shangula emphasized the need to prioritize efforts in addressing these challenges to achieve the targets set out in the Global Strategy for Women's, Children's, and Adolescents' Health 2016 to 2030. Namibia, through Health and Social Services Minister Kalumbi Shangula, expressed appreciation for the progress made in improving the health of these vulnerable populations and supported the report presented at the Assembly. Now, getting into our next story. In a dramatic turn of events, Grootfontein CEO Kisco Senvula, who returned to work on Monday after a year-long suspension, did not last 2 days in office as he finds himself having to look for another job as council decided to terminate his contract on Wednesday. With council yet to serve him with his contract termination notice, Senvula's leadership squabble with the majority of the councillors appears to continue. In a space of 2 days, council had called for 2 special council meetings on Monday, when Senvula had returned to work after the High Court ruled that his 22nd of March 2022 suspension was unlawful. Council called for a special council meeting where it resolved to appeal the court's decision. 24 hours later, news broke out that Senvula got involved in a physical fight with a council employee. Both Senvula and the staff member opened a case of assault against each other, and according to the police, the matter is under investigation. On Wednesday, council called another urgent council meeting where they resolved to terminate Senvula's contract. According to the council meeting minutes, which were signed by only 4 councillors, Senvula's contract is being terminated because the relationship between him and the councillors has deteriorated and is beyond repair. Attempt to get comment from Senvula proved futile, Namibian Sun commented by the time of going to print. Now, Senvula was employed by the municipality in March 2020 with no ministerial approval, with Senvula's contract being terminated without ministerial consent. This issue results to the debate whether local authority councillors have the power to suspend and terminate contracts. In our next story, Jonas Shiweda, who's 54, from Omakango village in Ohangwena region, tried taking his own life by hanging himself this week after he was evicted from his house by his elder brother. Shiweda told Namibian Sun that he was shocked when people came to his homestead to break down his house. "I was in tears. I did not know what to do. My wife also left without children after I was evicted. My emotions almost led me to commit suicide," he said. The father of 8 said he never thought he would be in such a situation. His belongings were put by the side of the road as he had nowhere to go. This video is by Enzo Amwele.
Mameo na Shweda ndi tuju ndajapisha range ndakufa kumwa mimi acho ndiri mshararai ndatuwa neshara apa ndidruku kala peime ya kimbo hima ngota shikara pa mota shi tashi poto kono karo ndatuwa ne sharango pumwa mbu pono munkunda wetomo.
FNB Namibia last night launched its forthcoming Whiskey Festival, set for Saturday the 3rd of June and Saturday the 10th of June in Regodiva and Windhoek, respectively. Let's take a look.
As our whiskey expert guides us through that journey, we're going to have a number of samples from a selection of whiskey distilleries, not only from down south, but actually around the world. So that's, for those of you who haven't joined us on one of these before, be ready. It's a really exciting experience, a lovely evening ahead of you. So the Whiskey Festival itself aims to connect spirit drinkers with expert master distillers and brand ambassadors, allowing them to share their knowledge and passion for excellence as well as share in-house stories about the journeys and experiences behind their brands and products. And that, I assure you, it's not an exhibition or an expo. It's really great quality engagement with everybody who's there, who's brought their whiskey and that are present to share and to teach. And in fact, so as I've said, it's not a limited amount of thank you, 40 brands of whiskies from around the world. Whether it is, I want to go speech for a moment.
In our community talk, a handover of donations by Windhoek residents and mayoral trust took place. Do stay tuned for this story.
Every day, you make choices that make you legendary. Journey together with us on the path to securing your legacy as a member of the League of Legends. With the Select Platinum Bundle Fee Premium Bank offering, you will access tools that will enable you to thrive. If you earn 850,000 Namibian dollars per annum or more, you can apply for this offering today via bankwindhoek.com.na for only 447 Namibian dollars per month. Bank Windhoek, a member of Capricorn Group.
Councillor Joseph Wapingene, Mayor of Windhoek, on behalf of the council and the trust, handed over a donation of 500 winter school jerseys valued at 50,000 Namibian dollars to the disadvantaged learners of 7 primary schools. Let's take a look.
Her Worship, Councillor Sylvia Chapungwa, Junior Mayor of City of Windhoek, various school principals present today, beneficiaries, distinguished invited guests, members of media, ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon. Today is a remarkable day as we gather here to celebrate an act of generosity and compassion that has a lasting impact on the lives of many. Program Director, although the core mandate of the City of Windhoek is to render municipal services, the hard reality is that we are faced with numerous daily social welfare challenges by these less fortunate within our communities. Coupled with this is the adverse impact of the COVID-19 pandemic, which worsened the poverty levels among our communities, especially those unemployed and those who live in impoverished conditions in the informal settlement and other parts of Windhoek. The Municipal Council of Windhoek launched the Mayoral Relief Fund in 2017, enhanced its social progression agenda within the boundaries of the city. In July 2022, the fund was registered with the Master of High Court under the name Windhoek Residents Mayoral Trust as a legal entity through which vulnerable residents and social welfare cases are supported. Running concurrently with the registration process was the appointment of the Board of Trustees to duly govern the corporate affairs of the trust. This work is chaired by Mr. Webangaune Shisho, whom I said is not present today. The key focus of the trust is to support community development, reach out to the vulnerable residents and charitable organizations, extend financial assistance towards educational programs, promote food and nutrition and urban food security, promote smart and development partnerships, and render support to sustainable business ventures. It is important to mention that the trust is dependent on the financial support from the members of the community, corporate entities, and individuals development partners via donations and fundraising efforts. Program Director, education is a fundamental right which empower individuals and pave the way for a brighter future. However, it is disheartening to witness the challenges faced by many of our primary schools learners, especially during the cold winter months. Some children lack the basic necessities to stay warm, which not only affect their comfort, but also hamper their ability to focus on excel in their studies. Recognizing this need, the Windhoek Residents Mayoral Trust engaged the leaderships of various schools around the city on how we can reach out to the needy learners during the winter season. It is therefore my honor and privilege on behalf of the Council and the Trust to stand before you here today and hand over a donation of 500 winter schools jerseys valued at 50,000 to the vulnerable learners from the following primary schools. Tobias Ainyako Primary School, are you here? Oshomise Primary School, that name, Baghdad Primary School. What is the name? Yeah, that name. Namibia Primary School, Commercial Primary School, Dontabes Primary School. They are not here. Havana Primary School. We believe that these gases will serve as a shield against the biting cold weather, offer comfort and protection, and enable all our learners to concentrate on their schoolwork without the burden of harsh weather conditions. Let us also not forget that this donation is not merely about material goods. It is also symbolizes the duty of care, compassion, unity, and the power of community among coming together to uplift one another. It is a statement to
After the break, we take a look at the Africa Day celebrations in the coast.
To another exciting episode of Oneuptwo.
Is die weer en vertel ook vir julle waar die vis julle monster gaan byt.
In our story of the day, Gershon Friedemann Awasep, the founder and conductor of the Swakopmund Brass Band, hosted different classical and traditional music groups from all around Swakopmund to commemorate Africa Day. Let's take a look.
I'm Gershon Friedemann Awasep, the director of Swakopmund Brass Group. Today we host the African Day to commemorate Africa with a very good music. We had different choirs that sing and dancers that dance, just to remember Africa, you know, what we are in Africa, who we are. I organized this Africa Day concert for the Swakop community so that they can enjoy the day together with us with a very beautiful classical and traditional music. We had young people here, there were old people, everybody were here and they enjoyed the day together with us. Now my aim that I have started this brass group is that to keep the youth off the streets, and it's a very good thing that I have young children that are playing classical music that are enjoyed by everybody. This brass group is invited to Germany, and one of the ideas that we had that event was just to get a voluntary funding. People can donate something that they have in their pockets to help us with pocket money or something like that. So our trip to Germany will take place within 2 weeks. The very important event that we are going to attend to is the German-Namibian Development Association. That group are very much involved with education and arts and culture in Namibia. who renovated the Etusep hostel and built classrooms at Etusep. So we have to be there to celebrate the 40th anniversary of that group with our prosper.
The South African Reserve Bank announced a third consecutive increase in the repo rate this year. We get into this story after the break.
Connection. It's in the human touch, the feeling of belonging. It inspires us and empowers us, creates clarity from complexity. It starts new conversations, unlocks the power of advice, and makes an impact on your life. At Alex Forbes, we pioneer insight to provide you with advice that connects your decisions of today to your impact tomorrow.
Let's take a look at our economic news. The South African Reserve Bank, SARB, announced a third consecutive increase in the repo rate this year by 50 basis points to 8.25%. At the first monetary policy announcement in January, the central bank increased the repo rate by 25 basis points. At the second monetary policy announcement in March, SARB hiked the repo rate by 50 basis points. Year to date, SARB increased the repo rate by 125 basis points. According to Stats SA, annual consumer inflation slowed to 6.8% in April from 7.1% in March. This is the lowest reading since May 2022, when the rate was 6.5%. Now, food inflation continues to be red hot. Prices of food and non-alcoholic beverages eased only slightly to 13.9% from a 14-year high of 14% in March. Now, prices of bread and cereals increased by 20.8%. We'll get back into this story. We're going to take a quick commercial break.
Thank you so much to FNB for this opportunity. Thank you so much to FNB. What an experience. I never got to do shopping in 5 minutes, but look at all this.
Welcome to My.NA Cars, your ultimate destination for everything automotive.
I am your host, Diana Master. Teamwork makes the dream work, right?
Discover the latest models, innovative technologies, and expert insights from our passionate hosts. Learn essential maintenance tips and get exclusive behind-the-scenes access to the automotive industry. Don't miss My.NA Cars on NTV every Thursday at 2100 hours. Tune in and ignite your passion for automobiles.
We continue with our economic news segment, getting right into your financial indicators. The Namibian dollar trades at 23.71 against the British pound and at 20.64 against the euro and at 19.25 against the US dollar, and 2 Namibian dollars and 72 cents buys you 1 Chinese yuan. Zinc is down minus 2.40%, while Brent crude oil is also down minus 3.24%, trading at $75.86 per barrel. After the break, we get into your international news. Do stay tuned.
We are so excited to be kickstarting your morning with the entertainment. Everything was happening during this past weekend.
Yes.
Exciting news. Wow, no, she was killing it already.
In my opinion, I don't see anything wrong with him serving the full term.
As well as keeping you informed on the issues that you need to know happening in and around our country.
Let's get into your international news. Tina Turner, the dynamic rock and soul singer who rose from humble beginnings and overcame a notoriously abusive marriage to become one of the most popular female artists of all time, has died, her family announced in a statement. She was 83. We now get into your weather. To stay tuned. Getting into the weather predictions for today. Katima Mulilo can expect a minimum of 14 degrees and a maximum of 34 degrees, while Oshakadi can expect a minimum of 14 degrees and a maximum of 31 degrees. Henties Bay can expect a minimum of 13 degrees and a maximum of 17 degrees, while Swakopmund can expect a minimum of 14 degrees and a maximum of 16 degrees. We take a look at the sports news courtesy of Sports Rep.
Welcome to What's Cooking, where culinary passion meets expert insights.
Somebody must really want to cook and want to cook good food.
Immerse yourself in the bustling world of professional kitchens as top chefs create mouthwatering dishes. Join us for in-depth interviews as our host explores the experiences and expertise of our guest chefs. Don't miss out. Tune in to What's Cooking on NTV every Friday at 2100 hours and let the culinary adventure begin.
Good evening and welcome to That is the Sunset News Sports section. I'm Jesse Jackson Kauraitha. The Namibian Local Authority Sports and Recreation Association Games are underway in Swakopmund under the theme Local Authority Employees Mental Health Matters. The 12th edition of the Games started on Monday and concludes on Friday. That is, Erongo Regional Governor Neville Andre commented on the event. He believes that the event will actually produce and yield desired results and will also bring the people together. Former African and global title holder Jeremiah Nakathila has his sights set on bouncing back after a disappointing defeat in the United States. The boxer says he has been angered by how proceedings went down in the USA, but still believes he can push back to become one of Namibia's greatest champs. Nakathila lost to Raymond Moratala in their lightweight 10-round contest. It was one of Nakathila's fights in the United States of America where he did not perform well, first losing to Stevenson Shakur and also becoming the first Namibian to win a match that is that side, but lost this one. Founder of AC, Ims Moses, has informed the public that there has been a change in hosting a fundraising gala dinner for Baby Meta. The fundraising gala event for Baby Meta's medical expenses was initially scheduled for 27 May, but will now take place on 9 June. AC said they understand the importance of the gala in support of Baby Meta's medical expenses. That brings us to the end of tonight's sports news. Goodbye.
Let's take a look at the news highlights from today's broadcast. Health and Social Services Minister Kalumbi Shangula delivered a powerful statement on behalf of Namibia at the 76th World Health Assembly, calling for urgent global action to address the challenges hindering the improvement of women's, children's, and adolescents' health worldwide. In a dramatic turn of events, Grootfontein CEO Kisco Senvula, who returned to work on Monday after a year-long suspension, did not last 2 days in office as he finds himself having to look for another job as council decided to terminate his contract on Wednesday. Tina Turner, the dynamic rock and soul singer who rose from humble beginnings and overcame a notoriously abusive marriage to become one of the most popular female artists of all time, has died, her family announced in a statement. She was 83. And with that, we've come to the end of the broadcast. Make sure you join Sunset News on Facebook, on all the animate platforms on weekdays, as well as on our website, oneuptwo.com. Sunset News screens on DSTV channel 285 and GoTV channel 25 every weekday, and on Sundays from 7:30 p.m. to 8 p.m. I am Glenn Rashipura, and this has been Sunset News. Don't end your day without us.